At Outback Steakhouse, we're grilling up our newest creation. It's 1 part steak and 1 part ribs, 2 parts incredible. Only Outback can pair our tender center-cut sirloin with fall-off-the-bone baby back ribs with prices starting at $15.99. Try your ribs with our signature barbecue sauce or with our new dry rub or honey sriracha sauce. But hurry in, a combo with flavors this bold won't last long. Make dinner delicious tonight. Head to Outback Steakhouse at 3585 Atlanta Highway in Athens. Aussie rules.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, folks. This is Mark Wilmot, singer-songwriter of the Redstone Ramblers, owner of Trademark Instrument Repair, and proud supporter of the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio. Do you want that old acoustic to play like butter again? You want to get that Strat you got from your dad hot-rodded? Or maybe you want to put a pickup in your banjo? You can contact me for all your TLC. I'll be there for your instrument when it needs me. You can check me out at Trademark Instrument Repair on Facebook. Thanks again for listening, and remember, support your local songwriter.
Playing tunes that make you grin. Our music's better than it's ever been. So think of us when you need a show. We're at WIRN, Intercom Radio.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Paige Roberts Show. It is Thursday, June the 21st, 2018, moving right along. We've been here all week long. I'm used to usually just Tuesday nights, but it's all good and it's been fun. And we've had a lot of our locals on Athens, Georgia. So if anybody wants to be on the Paige Roberts Show, all they have to do is email me at intercomradio@gmail.com, or they can look us up on Facebook. At the Paige Roberts Show or at Intercom Radio Network. Last night we had a little glitch in our music, so LaChandra and I, what is it, LaChandra? We are here under Jesus' name, so yeah, wherever two or more may gather, wherever two or more may gather, we are covered.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
So, but yeah, last night my music wouldn't play. It kept going back and forth. I'm like, all right, what's going on now? But we got through it. We're still here, and I hope everybody can hear us out there. So, but as you heard, tonight is my singer-songwriter, featured artist, LaChandra Burgess. She is also Athens, Georgia. This gal gets around. Now, she has done various venues throughout Georgia and Alabama, and has also sang and won in several contests through Georgia and other states. And I'm going to stop right there. I have her little bio printed out, not printed, I got it typed out there on my Blog Talk Radio show page. So, yeah. And y'all be sure to please click our follow button if you find yourself on that page. It's been messing up too, so we're going to hush up about that. But we'll go ahead and LaChandra is on the phone with me, so we're going to introduce her, and I want to thank her again for coming on and being a part of our show. LaChandra, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, and I would just like to say good evening to all the listeners that's taking the time to listen to this show.
Yes. Excuse me. And our guest calling number is 646-668-8941. If you call in, you can sit on the line and listen. If you want to ask a question, you can ask a question too. So, yeah. You've been pretty busy, LaChandra. I know you sing a lot.
Oh, yes, ma'am, I have. I have. I was on a previous radio show, the Caroline Aiken Show, about a month ago. And so, along with my band members, the Common People Band, and I had a, like a segment by myself. That was the first time for me ever to have a segment by myself. But I had a good time doing that. I really did. And I just thank, the Lord for that moment, because I never thought, out of 30-some years singing, that I would be on a radio show just singing, by myself.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, and especially if you have a huge support group. I know I've been seeing some of your followers out there on Facebook, so yeah, we'd like to thank them for tuning in. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm grateful for them, my family, friends, classmates, just for taking the time to click on it, because they could have just rolled by the picture and like, whatever, next. But,
right.
I'm pretty good for that. I really am.
Awesome. Now, LaChandra, usually how I start things off is I usually get my guests to tell our listeners about themselves. I don't want you to give too much away, though, but I usually say you can start wherever you like and go back as far as you like. Yeah.
Okay.
So just,
okay. Again, my name is LaChandra Burgess. I was born to James and Betty Burgess in Athens, Georgia. I am the only child. My father is deceased. He passed away 2 years ago. And me and my mom, we have a very close relationship, and we're together all the time. And I thank God for her. Sometimes I call her Queen Mother. Times we have our differences, but she always has my back. She is my biggest fan, my biggest supporter, and I just couldn't imagine my life without her. And see, as far as like at the age of 4, I discovered the love of music, because my father had a piano in the house. My dad played like three different instruments. He played piano, guitar, and trumpet. My mom would sing around the house, and they both had, long time ago, called the 8-track. And so if they didn't have the 8-track, they would play the record players. And so during the summer, when I was 4 years old, I would go down to my grandparents' house. And one Sunday, my grandparents took me to church, and one of my aunts sang in the choir. But without my grandmama looking, I eased up in the choir stand. And so my aunt brought me right down to my grandmama. And then again, right back up there again, and she brought me right back down to my grandmama. And so a friend of my grandmother's, who's also my mom's elementary school teacher, she told my grandmama, this child is going to grow up and she's going to sing. You watch what I tell you. Awesome. And so as I got older, when I was like 12 years old, a friend of mine, we sang in the Barnett Show's elementary school talent show. And we saw, Deep Blue Sea. And so, and as I got into middle school, I began, I was in chorus, and I began to really fall in love, with singing. I mean, I cannot read music at all, but I do write lyrics. And so, and when I was in 6th grade, I got, most outstanding, and, in chorus. And then the next year, I got best all around. And in my 8th grade year, we was asked, to participate in the all-state chorus tryouts. And I was the only one that won the all-state tryout from our school. But went to second tryout, I didn't make it that time, but it was okay. Because as I look back on it, I thank God I got that first, go round. And also within that time frame, still in middle school, my church, St. Paul CME of Athens, Georgia, would send us kids to Rock Eagle for the CYF camp. And at CYF camp, they have the talent show, and so that's when that first time I was in it, I won 3 trophies in one night. I won it for most congeniality, most talented, and participation. That was the song I sang off memory. Because back then I was singing a soprano. Cause I'm not, my voice wasn't as heavy like it is now. But and then I started to sing in different programs and church stuff, and I would get invited to sing different places and stuff like that. And I sang at my grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary, and then just like different places, I would get invited to these programs. But one of the most how can I put this, touching thing, one of the touching things is I've been asked to sing at funerals. I get sentimental at funerals, especially if somebody who passed away who I care about dearly. And it's just like, I have to, ask the Lord give me strength in order to do this, because the family comes to me and asking me to do this. And so I just feel like the Lord is using me that way to help bring the family comfort. And since that, that's something that I take, very seriously. And back in 2007, I was asked to join the Common People Band, which is a local band, which is very known. I've been in that band for 10 years. We would travel, go to different places, do wedding reception, and one banquet we did in Atlanta, we saw John Lewis in the audience. And believe it or not, he was singing off Proud Mary. I was singing that song, Proud Mary. And I'm like, wow, he's singing off my song, but doing this, it's just, awesome to see. And in 2016 it was a very touching year for me, but it was how can I put this, bittersweet. It was bitter because, brokenhearted because I lost my grandmother, Susie. And during that time before her funeral service, my mom and I was driving down I-75 getting ready to, be with my family, go to the funeral. I received a call from my god brother, Jeff Hammond. He was telling me about a friend of his named Gerald Fleming. Gerald Fleming's well-known artist. He's a Hall of Famer recipient, and he was working with this song he was gonna write called "Vote." And so Jeff like, well, Jerry wants use your vocals for this song, and I'm like, okay. And so I'm thinking, well, I can't deal with this right now, but they said okay. And after we came back from out of town, and my godbrother called me again. He like, Jerry wants to use you on this song, Vote. Okay, so there, met up with Gerald, because been studying the song and stuff. We recorded Vote. And the thing about when we recorded Vote, it was, different people, different instruments. Every single one of those people was so humble. I mean, they were professional. They're all right. They had more experience than I had. And for them to make me feel so welcome, I mean, really, that was just a beautiful experience for me. And when maybe about that following that August of that we had to shoot the video. We shot the video corner of Lumpkin and Clayton, where the Georgia Theater is.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, that's when, my dad got sick. And so, and I'm like, Jerry, I don't know if I can be able to do it. And he's like, well, Jeff, we'll shoot it where you are, because my dad was in Augusta. And, like, we'll come to Augusta and shoot it. And so I managed, to come back to ask them to shoot the video. And the touching thing about it, I had recorded both when we, recorded on my tape player. And my dad was the only one in my family at that particular time before both ever came out that heard it. I mean,
awesome. It's funny how things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's funny how things. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
And so, and after that, and we shot Vote, had a good time doing it, and so that following November, that song went across the U.S. It played in different radio stations. It got like a million views. It was Jerry wrote Jerry vocals. This guy named James Hunter, I call him the Southern Gentleman with a capital G. And myself, we did the vocals to the song. That got like 1 million viewers, and it caught the attention of Donald Trump's camp.
Isn't that crazy?
But it was decided that it wasn't going to be used, and so I didn't know why in Pacific, but it wasn't. But the thing about it, I felt proud to be a part of that song across.
Oh, that way.
I'm thinking, and since when that happened, I'm thinking, okay, Lord, what you need for me to do next, and I feel like the Lord is not done with me. And and so I still, continue to sing and do midst of all my singing and stuff like that. I still have to be humble, because even though I feel like, even though when you're standing in front of a microphone and with the band behind you, even no band behind you, people can not only they can feel your music, and when you step away from the mic, people come up to you like, oh, you did good, da 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 da, and I want to be able to let them know, thank you, and sometimes we start a conversation on, I just feel like you have to be humble.
Yeah, you do.
That's exactly how it feels.
Well, when you're walking in God's light, and I tell people, I have a lot of people that come on my shows that are that same way. And when you're walking in His light, LaChandra, I like it when people tell me that, because it shows, and it shows how you are walking.
Exactly, because I'm gonna tell you something, Paige. When I first started, when I was 4 years old, like music, I could not speak well at all. My mom had to enroll me into a special speech therapy. It was over there at University of Georgia when I was around like 3 or 4 years old. And I mean, really. And so that, and this, the Lord allowed me to be able to carry a tune. I'm very appreciative. I'm very grateful for that. And
well,
I'm very
grateful. I had to go to that same school.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. I always tell people, and we always find some common ground. And I'm like, I said, we're here for a purpose. And I'm like, we don't meet people by accident. We don't meet people by accident. Yeah, you sure? Because I think, the Lord put, people in your path to show you, to show you things, and that's how
that's just how, I feel about that. Because, like, since, like I said, when I've been singing, with the band or by myself, I have met, people, come up to us at the show. I have seen things. It's just like, wow, I'm sitting up here just, was really shocked. And I can tell you an example. We was playing, let me see, we were playing at a reception at the Founders Inn, downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I think, and we was on break, and this guy came up to me like, I want you to sing Amazing Grace. I'm like, okay. I said, let me see, no, the band, no. Well, that band said, well, can you say it, by, I said, I do it a cappella. And so I started singing the a cappellas, and all my other bandmates came in, a cappella. It was so beautiful. And the thing about it for me, I saw these children were standing at the foot of the stage. They was looking dead in my face. And I'm like, wow, like these babies, find me a music, whatever, really enjoy it. And and see, one thing, I know about children, they would tell you if they like something when they don't. And because I have, had put them like, oh, I enjoyed your song, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm like, thank you, baby, whatever, so, but I just, just try to, do the best you can and still, remain humble through it all. Because I have seen.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I have seen folks that, have singing voice and they're not humble.
And see what happens. Right. Yep. And I have went through, not myself, but I have seen that quite a few times in somebody's music career. Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, you do Lord bless you that share your talent with other people, and you know what I mean. I'm really like other musicians I have seen, like I've seen on Facebook or I see in public or whatever. I wish them well because I feel like that even though I never met them, I never heard a lyric line in their music, I still feel like that.
Yes, ma'am.
That they were like we relatives in music, and it takes a lot to get in front of a microphone, and it takes a lot to show the public what you love to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a lot when you think, okay, I want to share my talent, but am I gonna mess up, or is this gonna come out right, or what they think about it? You putting your heart and soul in it, and that's how I feel about that, and that's why if you have seen me on Facebook, I'll be like, have a blessed show, have a great time or whatever, and that's me being 100.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I am, and it gets you a long way too, LaChandra. It gets you a long way, and that's why you got to where you at because of that.
No, and I thank you, for showing that. I still have a hard time seeing myself as an artist. My mom told me, like, Shan, she called me nickname Shan. She said, Shan, you're an artist. And I'm thinking, really? I guess because, I also have a shy part. And and I guess I do. I have a shy part. And I just seem like that, for me, I just see myself a plain, simple girl from Georgia.
You just yourself, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
A plain, simple girl from Georgia. Like, and my deceased aunt, is just like another parent to me. They helped raise me. She knew at that same time frame when I was 4 years old that I was gonna come up singing, and she told me as I got older, I would do the Star Search. I would pay for it. And I'm like, nah, no, Aunt Ruby, I'm not, I couldn't see myself, much as I like music, I didn't have that confidence of wanting to do that thing. I wasn't pretty enough or I mean, who would want to listen to me? You know, that's, you know, stuff like that. That's a mind frame I had. That was the type of mind frame I had. That really was. And then, but the Lord is, you know, being so good at different people. You know, like I want you to sing here, I want you to sing there, and you know,
right.
and I'm grateful that you know they you know think enough of me to, but you know, want to participate. You know, sing at their weddings or give them coffee if they love one. Or and it's and another one thing I can tell you, this was back in 2012. I was one of our associate pastor, but he's deceased now, Reverend Keith T. Johnson, knew this other minister. This church was in Greensboro, Georgia, and I received the invitation down there. Me and my mom, Reverend Keith's mom, you know, we went, and so you know I did, you know, 2 songs, and while I was there, oh my goodness, the pastor told the ushers, get LaChandra some water because I want her throat to be ready set for this second song. I'm out of this whole congregation drinking cup of pot in the pub, you know, I'm like, wow, okay. And so, and when we got ready to go, you know, let out, he was coming up the aisle, the pastor. He said, come with me. You know, he grabbed my hand like, come with me. He said, they gonna want you. And so after we let out, I'm standing back there with the pastor. They like, hey, how you doing? You know, and Jordan, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and I'm sitting up there. I was in state of shock. I'm like, wow, is this really happening? You know, I was, I'm like, really? And I said, but it did. And it truly did. And so that's why I'm like, the Lord give me breath and my vocal ability. I'm going to keep it moving. That's
well,
right.
LaChandra, I know you have a song you want to sing. Do you want to go ahead and do one of your songs?
Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I'm going to do the Lord's Prayer because I feel like, you know, and like my mom said, you can't go wrong with the Lord's Prayer. And that was, you know, giving him the glory and praise for taking a kid like me that couldn't speak well to be able to sing a sentence to verse. And so I'm going to sing the Lord's Prayer.
All right. Yeah, go.
Okay. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Oh, forgive us for our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not in temptation, deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory
Wow. Awesome. You do have a great voice, LaChandra.
Well, thank you. Thank you. That's, no, I give it to the Lord. I give it to the Lord.
And He keeps on blessing.
And yeah, I have to. I have to, because if I don't use it, He'll take it away.
That's right, and that's what I was thinking earlier too. He sure can. He can take it away just as quick as He gave it to you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he can take it away because of definitely because I feel like, you know, when I sing in different places, you know, now like I said, you know, my mom, you know, Betty, she's my number one fan. You know, she'll she will tell me flat out like, Shan, you know, that something like you would, you know, that song you made been too much pressure for you to sing, or even she'll like, well, what are you wearing? You know, like, well, now I want you know, wear this, you know. You know, so she, you know, being a mom, and I thank, you know, God for, I really do. I thank God for my queen mother.
Now, do you have anything coming up, LaChandra? Or
well, with let me see. For me, I have our family reunion. It's called the Jakin Family Reunion. Our family on my mom's side is, you know, is from, you know, Jakin, Georgia. You know, all the relatives and, you know, different folks in the community. And I was asked to sing that following Sunday, as, you know, as the family, you know, goes to church. So I'm on program there that Sunday. But I'm also, you know, with the Common People Band, we're singing at the Tomato Festival. At that company, I think it's off of Mitchell Bridge Road. We're singing there.
Oh, in Athens.
Yes, ma'am, it is. We're singing there in Athens. So that, you know, give me time. If nothing else don't come up by then, you know, because sometimes I know sometimes at church my pastor be like, well, LaChandra, you know, can you sing for us? You know what? You know, render a song, or whatever. Like my church is very small, but the one thing about, you know, St. Paul, we love each other like family. We love each other like family. And as you walk in there, you know, you can feel that. I mean, you can feel that.
Yeah. That's why I'm at my church. That's what I felt when I walked in the door when I started playing for them back in 2001. You'll know when that's home. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, exactly. And you know, because
they'll hug you when you come in the door.
Exactly. Because I'm gonna tell you an example about my church family. These two particular church members, they're deceased now. I was going to this particular church, because, you know, I enjoy the services, but I really enjoyed the choir. They had a big choir. But I also would come back to my home church, and one of them like, I know you're not joining over there. I'm like, no, you know, I'm just in the choir. You need to come back over here to your home church. And that lady, she told the pastor straight up, don't you think LaChandra going to join over him because she belonged to us over there, so you could forget that. I'm like, you told him that? She said, yeah, I told him that. I'm like, wow.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Exactly. And the other one, like,
that's good.
And another, exactly. I mean, she told him that. I'm like, wow. And another person member like, you just put me to the crowd. I said, what you mean? You going on this gone to another crowd? I had to join. And they told me, don't hop out the skillet into the fire. I mean, that's what, yeah. And years later, they were so right. They was right, and I was told, go somewhere where you can help make a difference.
Right. We were doing our Christmas cantata last year, and somebody come up to one of our choir members asking about me too, and she was like, and said real quick, well, you can't have our piano player. I was like, oh. But it kind of makes you feel good though when they step up and they say that about you.
It's a beautiful feeling. It's a very beautiful feeling because that lady, the first lady in particular, I mean both of them really, one was head of the Sunday school department, the CYF, and the other one was the head of the pastor's aid. And when they have special programs, over 50% of the time, they ask like, can you do a song for us? I'm like, yeah, no problem, And so they said that to me, and I have never forgotten that. And I'm a firm believer in take a village to raise one. Definitely, and I'm still, yeah.
I agree.
Take a village, is one.
It takes more than that, yeah. But it's so funny though. But I'm gonna, and those are the people that will be there for you. Is your church people.
Yeah, well, I know mine will. Nine will, and just, they just, it's just like we're one small, happy family.
Yep. And that's the way mine is too.
And because like when, my dad, when my dad passed away, some of them came to the funeral. And they didn't even know my dad at all, but they came for love and support for me.
Yeah.
And my mom, they really did. They came. I mean, the thought that they take the time to come, and I'm greatly appreciative for that.
Oh yeah, I would be too.
I'm very appreciative.
Now, how often does your band get together and practice, LaChandra, or do y'all?
Let me see. It was like maybe 3 weeks ago because we have about 2 band members that live out of town, and and they have jobs and stuff. But we before we practice, the last practice we was practicing like practically about a good month. About a good month. And see, I know we're gonna have to
wow.
We're gonna have to practice again, because we having that show coming up on July the 21st. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go and recheck the date.
And that's the one for here in Athens.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that's awesome. And
yes, it is.
Go ahead.
And yes, but the thing about the unique thing about Common People band, like my dad, 2 brothers. Well, the oldest one is deceased. He's one of the original members. Talented person, and one of my dad's younger brothers, he's in there as well. And and like other ones, in there, and to be honestly, if it wasn't for Common People band, that helped brought a lot of my shyness out. It really, I mean, not, of being a big head or anything like that. I mean, like I said, I still have some left, but
well, LaChandra, you can still be humble and still have that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with you feeling proud of what you do,
So, but
the gratitude. The gratitude of it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because, like I was, saying earlier, I've seen some very, respectful attitudes. I have seen unprofessional stuff. I have seen jealousy. I've seen a lot of stuff. And I just,
now, do you sometimes sing at home by yourself? Piano and things like that?
Yes, Lord. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Especially, I was trying to think of a song that I would, lyrics that I would like to, write and stuff like that. But the latest one I've written was a song about my late Aunt Ruby, and it's a lot of more things I need to add to it, and I know probably have to get with, someone that put the music to it. But I wrote that lyrics, to that song because my Aunt Ruby was another big fan of mine. She believed in me in more ways than one. She loved me just like I was her own child. And she proved that to me to her last day when she took her last breath on this earth. Yes, she did. I mean, yes, she did. And and she never changed. I mean, she has a daughter. Me and her daughter, Constance, we're like sisters. We came up together. She's 8 years older than I am, but we came up together. We still close now. But and I was, she, passed away back in 2011. And I knew I wanted to write something in her memory, but I was having a hard time with okay, I know I want to, but I wasn't ready to. And I said, but I finally,
it'll come to you. Yeah.
It did. I did. I wrote the lyrics to it last week.
Last week.
And then I wrote the lyrics last week, and the name of the title is Ruby. That was her name. Ruby. And she was she spent a lot of one-on-one time with me. When I was a little kid, and when we I would go over to her house, and she would be so welcoming, and it was just like, and her and my mom was close also,
Awesome.
But she was.
Well, that's
she
good.
Was the oldest.
That's good when family can still be like that. Nowadays you don't see a whole lot of that. The closeness of family.
Exactly. And so we were close. Like most of my family, lives in South Georgia. But just my Aunt Ruby, her daughter, and Mama, and me. We were close, like 4 peas in a pot. We was close. We were very, very close. And so I knew I wanted to write something, in her memory, because when the Lord allowed this song to come, introduced to the public one day when that time, become right, I
it'll be out there.
Yep. And I just, it was me, saying like, Auntie, you were right for thinking like I can reach my dreams of becoming a singer. You are worthy to become a singer. And just like thank you for everything you've done for me. and that's why I wrote that song. That I wrote the lyrics to that song.
Now, back in 2004, you were also on a TV music talk show.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. It was by this host named Silk out of Silk Productions. What he wanted to make a show about local talent, and before you can get on that show, you had to try out for that.
Now, was that here in Athens too?
It was here in Athens. His studio. His studio was off of Gaines School Road. And
that's over here by me.
You had to try out for that first to ever be considered. And so, luckily, I passed the trials, and me and another young lady, we was on, me and all three of us was on this show together, and so we end up having a good time. And about maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I was told that, I saw you on TV, and you did good. I saw you on TV. I wasn't on TV later. You were with that man, and they're like, I said, oh, Lord. I said, that's been over 10 years ago. But I said, well, thank you, because I know this
they probably still have all those things in archives.
Exactly. And I was on another local talent show that was put on by this lady named Tracy Smith at the Morton Theater. That was back in 2010. And all the local gospel, talents was there, and that was fun. That was also on TV. That was also on.
What channels? Is it all on the same channel? Did they use it the same?
Back then, which was 2010, that was on channel 57, I believe. It was on channel 57. It sure was. It was on channel 57.
We'll have to list all that. It's probably connected to UGA, I would think, too.
Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. And anyway, but this same lady who I just mentioned, I saw her in the store about, was it yesterday, day before yesterday, and she was planning on putting on another talent show. That's for local, not for competition. That's to display the Athens local talent. And she like, I was wondering, where you were. I was looking for your number. I misplaced it or whatever. And she, like, Lord, this stuff, you to me. And, so I don't know when that is going to be.
We'll have to see if we can find that. Usually when I try to find somebody, first place I look is Facebook.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
What?
Oh.
And I usually end up finding people on Facebook. It's a wonderful thing.
Yes, it is. And to some people, some people, not all, but some people, abuse.
Yes.
And I'm like, no, I can't put up with that now, because on my Facebook page, I have 1, my mom.
I don't.
And 2, my sweetheart. And 3, I have a load of pastors, ministers, and a bishop sitting up on my page. And
we ain't gonna go there.
No goodness. And let me give a quick shout out.
Yeah.
Let me give a quick shout out right quick to my mom, Queen Mother, Betty. I love you. I know you're listening. To my grandfather, Freddie Hart Sr. Love you, Granddad. And to the love of my life, Ephraim Plummer Sr. Love you, sweetheart. And my best friend, Patina Dardell, out of Americus, Georgia. My sister, cousin, Constance Wright. And I would also like to give a shout out to all my aunties of the Harts family. I love y'all, and thank you so much for the love and support you show me. May God bless you all.
Awesome. See, just this year I had started bringing in my locals, and I have thought about it, but it was like, how do I do that? And, that's the thing, too, about God putting people in your path to use like that. And so we have started bringing a lot of our locals on that I want to represent Athens, Georgia, as much as I can. And anytime I am nationwide, but anytime I can have those on, too, I'm always trying to put Athens, Georgia out there. And I talk about Athens on my other shows as well. So, yeah. It just is what it is, ain't it?
Oh yes, it is. It is what it is. But I'm like, you stay in your lane and you do what you need to do without hurting anybody or showing any jealousy or anything like that. Because like I said, these singers and different, I see them as, like I said earlier, family in music. I see them family in music, because I wish anybody the best of what, they had to do. Now, there's something, it's put me in mind of, it was back in February, one of my little cousins, younger cousin, passed away. And his, I saw his funeral. So after the funeral, this lady I know, she's like, yeah, my daughter's saying, I said, where is she? I said, well, let me introduce her to me, And so this young lady, she came to me. I gave her a hug and I talked to her and whatever. And the next time I saw this lady at a family function, she was, she told me, said, my daughter said you talked to her and said you gave her the biggest hug. And then she said, Mama, she is so nice. I said, look, you have to encourage the young ones that's coming behind you. And I said, and I want her to prosper any way she can if this is what she wants to do. I mean, that's my that is my thing. I mean, it really is. I mean,
well, and that's what we are all here for, is to encourage people. So.
Exactly. And then again, exactly. And that same night, that same thing when that lady talking about her daughter, some little cousins of mine, they came like, are you gonna sing? No, baby, I'm retired for the night. And another one whispered in my ear like, I want to sing like you. And to hear a child tell you, I want to sing like you, and I'm sitting up there, I could have passed out. I'm sitting up there. That touched my heart, to think that I didn't know that someone
that they were hearing you.
I just never saw myself, like that. And I'm all I can sit there and just like, wow. Just like, wow.
I know how that is too. The same way with playing the piano. These little kids coming up wanting to, I want to play the piano like that. I said, well, exactly. You can learn.
And see, but at least you're playing, because I can't play not one note, because it's like on my dad. I'm serious, because like my dad played 3 different instruments. All my uncles play instruments. And my cousins, they play music and write music and all. Me, it skipped. Only thing that I is a tambourine. And I sing, majority of the time, a cappella. And even then,
right.
Even then, you have to play that tambourine right. And I was taught to play that tambourine by my former bandmate and, friend, Todd Wilson. He was a former member of the Common People Band. And so, he like, now you got to play to the vamp, from the drum. So he taught me how to play, the tambourine. And so that's what I, I had that tambourine.
That's something.
But boys, like this big stuff which y'all play, it skipped me, and it did.
Well, you ain't
it skipped.
you ain't never too old to learn. I teach piano.
Oh.
So come on.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. But
You're welcome.
But it just
we done got down to like 5 minutes left of our show. Can you believe it?
Oh my goodness.
we got one more. I know it. I tell you, we got another show tomorrow night. I tell you, we had our shows all week long. I've been used to just Tuesday.
I saw that.
It's kind of awesome though. But tomorrow night we have Athens. Well, we have another Athens tomorrow night. Sarah Zuniga. I don't know if you know her. Do you know Sarah?
Oh no, I don't. But tell them for me. I wish they have a blessed show. I truly do. Have a blessed show, and I listened to one of your previous show when you had Lisa Hart, and that. Wow, this lady is so down to earth.
She is.
And like she is so humble. I'm like, wow. And you tell her, and I also heard that when she said, where can you find a tape recorder, old tape recorder? She can go to the first thrift she see. Because sometimes they do carry them.
Yep, she does. And I've been loading up a lot of my songs on Reverb Nation, so if you ever get your stuff on the computer, we can put it over there on my Reverb Nation site.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to work on you getting that recording your recordings out there now.
Yes, goodness. But I
wish we had time for one more song. Or do you want to go out with a song?
Let's see. I can say one little quick one. Okay,
right.
I can't live the life I think about it in my song. I'm gonna live the life I sing about in my song. I'm gonna say what's right that always sounds wrong. If I'm in a crowd, all alone, or in the streets, or in my home, I'm gonna live the life I sing about in my song. Every day and everywhere, there is always some thoroughfare. Some may watch me, some may spot me, say I'm foolish, but I don't care. And I can do one thing and then do another, be saved by day, be a devil undercover, and I can live a life I sing about in my song. Every day and every night, I was always watching the light. Some degrading me, they underrating me, 'cause I'm trying to do right. Jesus told me, day by day, he's gonna wash my sins away, and I'm gonna live the life I sing about. I'm gonna live the life I sing about. Oh, in my soul.
Awesome. I wish I had my audience in the background. But I I think we're going to close out here, but I want to thank you again for coming on, LaChandra. We'll have to have you on again.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
You're quite welcome. We'll have to have you on again, maybe by the end of the year.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you. Well, that's the rules we live by, LaChandra. You know it. So I think we're going to close out here, and keep us posted on the things you do, and we'll share your information. And every time you have a show or things like that, we'd be glad to help you out and sharing your information.
Thank you so much, and God bless everybody for listening.
And you too, LaChandra.
Thank
God bless you too.
Okay, thank
y'all
you.
Have a good night. All right, bye-bye,
you
y'all.
Too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, folks. This is Mark Wilmot, singer-songwriter of the Redstone Ramblers, owner of Trademark Instrument Repair, and proud supporter of the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio. Do you want that old acoustic to play like butter again? You want to get that Strat you got from your dad hot-rodded? Or maybe you want to put a pickup in your banjo? You can contact me for all your TLC. I'll be there for your instrument when it needs me. You can check me out at Trademark Instrument Repair on Facebook. Thanks again for listening, and remember, support your local songwriter.
We're playing tunes that make you grin. Our music's better than it's ever been. So think of us when you need a show. We're at WIRN Intercom Radio.
At Outback Steakhouse, we're grilling up our newest creation. It's 1 part steak and 1 part ribs. 2 parts incredible. Only Outback can pair our tender center-cut sirloin with fall-off-the-bone baby back ribs with prices starting at $15.99. Try your ribs with our signature barbecue sauce or with our new dry rub or honey sriracha sauce. But hurry in, a combo with flavors this bold won't last long. Make dinner delicious tonight. Head to Outback Steakhouse at 3585 Atlanta Highway in Athens. Aussie rules.